Hard folks. Richard Johnson here, welcome to Tanks Tuesday, where Richard Johnson upload videos only about tanks. You would never expect that, wouldn't you? Me playing the Russian national anthem and playing a Russian premium tier 6 TD. Well, if you didn't... Well, if you did suspect it, and so... Fuck you. You ruined the video. Go somewhere else and disturb people. No, I'm just kidding, I love you. No, don't leave. Yeah, Russian tier 6 premium TD. It's the SU-100Y big house tank which has a really fun gun and worthless armor. Armor. I actually can't believe I'm telling you guys this, but yeah, I did sell my Super Pershing to buy Russian tanks. I can't believe myself now saying it. I hate Russian tanks. No, they're quite good. I sold the Super Pershing for 7,200 gold, and add-on for 100,000 credits, due to I couldn't demolish it. Why I did it? Yeah, the nerf of the Super Pershing, it made it not fun anymore to play the tank. Yeah, you could still earn quite much money on it, but yeah, it was it was not fun to play anymore. So and due to that there were a big sale on this tank and the tier after it, the premium TD SU-122-44, something like that, 50% off of both of them. I bought both tanks and 6 garage slots, and I still have 1.3 thousand gold left. I can say that the tank has very bad armor, as I said, 60 millimeters all around, and everyone can penetrate its gun mantlet. The gun has extremely high alpha damage, bad aim, bad reload time, but yeah, good penetration, and yeah, like I said, fun alpha damage. It's, yeah, I would one-shot that AMX-40. Love this tank. Yeah, I love the gun. $800 horsepower. I need all of them to drive this tank around. I can't one-shot any of the tanks, but I can do a lot of damage on them. Ooh, I dinged someone! I can't believe it! Twice, motherfucker! Yeah, there it goes. Penetration. 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 And dead. And now I have to reload for 8 hours, and the KV-1S has reloaded, and I'm dead! By artillery, what the fuck? Yeah, like I said, I can't actually believe I dinged a Cromwell? What was it, 2 times or 3 times? Sickest thing that I've ever happened. Cromwell at tier 6 medium got dinged by this shit. Yeah, as I said, the reload, as you can see, I couldn't do anything at all at the tank. I could have rammed him and killed him before I even have a reload, and then maybe I got it shot at the K1S, but artillery will probably get me still. Shut up, Eagle. No, I don't like you. Shut up, Mimsy. Yeah, let's talk about the specs on the tank. I can't. Right, let's do it this way. Compare them. Let's see if we can find another TD. Tier 6 SU-100. Let's do it this way. Let's go for German also. Tier 6 TD Jagdpanzer 4. It must look neat if you're going to do it. On first play in hit points comes the 800 fabulous hit points. After it comes the SU-101 700. 600, 580. Engine power 410, 320, 500, 890. So yeah, the speed limit is way off, and in big lead the SU100. It has lowest hit points, but it has the second to best engine. It has second to lowest weight limit, and it has the best traverse speed and speed limit. The whole armor is actually best on the 88, no doubt from there. Incredible 203 millimeters, 101 and 101 on the sides and rear. After it comes the, I would say the SU, actually, due to you actually facing with the front to the enemies more, with 75. Why am I saying SU100? Yeah, I'm actually saying SU100 due to 75 plus the slope of the armor. Sure, the Jagdpanzer 4 has really good 80 millimeters. Even the Stug has 80 millimeters. Any Jagdpanther have 80 millimeters. But yeah, this thing here is actually quite flat and big areas. This tank has amazing, has 75 millimeters at the entire front, and the whole thing is sloped. This tank has only 80 millimeters, I believe it is this plate. 60 millimeters on this tank is actually only this plate, and 203, I believe it only this piece here. I don't have this 3D modeling armor penetration, something like that, program where you can look at all the tanks in shaded game or something like that, and shader programming, and then you can see all the penetration and weak spots and so on. Standard shell damage is the SU100 and Y off with yeah, it's 330 to 550. Yeah, 440 average damage. This tank is really fun to play. If you're not doing that, what I did, I got way too close to the enemy, and they got around me, and everyone was starting to shoot at me too easy. Because the tank is so big that you need to be way further back than the other tanks to have the same small profile as the other tanks have. I mean, the 88 is actually a very small tank. If you're looking at face on, the SU100Y is extremely big and high. And due to that, when you're shooting at 88, you will often more hit this target than the commander's hatch. And here comes the whole 203 millimeters in and helps. The SU100 has only 60, and I believe it is here, because the gun mantlet is shit on the tank. I can't believe how they have so weak gun mantlet. I mean, there is like 4 different layers of steel before you get to the main hull of the so-called fixed turret, or you can call it. Shell penetration best also is the SU100Y. After it comes yeah, SU100. The rate of fire is, yeah, it's 88. It's the British. They are like machine gun tanks, but without autoloaders. Sure, they have no damage whatsoever. Penetration is bad, but they have so high rate of fire that even if you only penetrate 1 out of 3 shots, you will do nearly, what is 3 out of 30? Yeah, it's like, pretend it's 30 rounds per minute. You will do like 10 penetration hits, and which is 83 times 10 is 830, and with 838 hit points, yeah, you will even kill an 88 which has 800. Now I'm just talking rubbish. Gun traverse, these two, Germans and Russians, not the SU100Y, the SU100. View range is best on the SU100Y, SU100, and signal range is best on the 88, then it is on the SU100Y. Sure, signal range of 440 meters, I wouldn't say it is bad, but I wouldn't say it is good either, because it's good for its tier, a tier 6 with the 440. I mean, look at the SU-100Y, sure, it can it can probably have a better radio than this, but the SU-100Y can't upgrade anything else because it's a premium tank. We can look at the Jagdpanzer because we have it here. Fug 7, yeah, 415. So it will raise with 105 meters, but yeah, still lower than the SU-100Y. Actually, I can't believe why they have made the Germans have so low signal range. Due to that, I believe I've read about it for a very long time, that some nations actually didn't have radios in their tanks during some eras of the war. I mean, Germans were the first to have signal based formation tank columns. So yeah, that instead of just some tanks actually used flags on top of the tanks to signal how to engage and where to drive and so on, what they're facing and what they should load for type of rounds, everything like that. But then Germans started to have radios in the tanks. I believe, I'm not saying that were, I believe the Germans was the first to have it in all of the tanks and started to make tank radio communications through all the tanks, and that was what was made them so superior. Also, one of many things in their German in their tank forces. But then, yeah, every nation got radios. So actually wanting the Germans to have a radio signal range that is a little bit better than everyone else, and because historically and so on, sure, some nations probably had it. Maybe some nations had it before the Germans. I don't know, but it's something that I've heard. But what I know and I've heard, I want the Germans to have better radio signal range. Sure, the Russians can have bigger alpha damage if they have the bigger guns. Like here, 130 millimeters, 130 millimeters, 3.75 rounds per minute. Yeah, like I said, really long reload time. 196 average penetration. It can penetrate up to 245 millimeter. It will penetrate an 88 in the front. Average, yeah, average. It says it. Even 196, it can penetrate. But yeah, not the 203 millimeter part. But 196 is average, which means like somewhere between, let's say 180 to 220 would be the possible range of penetration, which means that you will penetrate 88. Alpha damage, 440 average, 330 to 550, highest for its tier, except for artillery though. Accuracy, yeah, and except the derp gun on the KV2, don't talk about it, it's the king of derps, I know. Accuracy at 100 meters, 0.38, it's quite good actually. And I can tell you this thing, it is better than the 122 millimeter on the tier 7 tank. It has 0.41. It's this, I believe actually it is the same tank, the gun, as the KV1S use. D25T, D25S, yeah, 0.41, 0.46, 3.75, so okay, never mind, just screw it. Oh, wait a minute, 3.75, yep. It has the same rate of fire as the TD. The TD has higher penetration, higher alpha damage, higher accuracy, better aiming time, and weighs more. That's not a good thing. But yeah, it can load AP. What the fuck? Armor piercing go? What? That sound. Armor piercing, high. What the fuck is this? Armor piercing PB46, armor piercing PB46A. 128, 214, 120. it does a little bit more damage, but it has very much worse penetration. What the fuck is the point of having that? We don't shoot that fast enough to even be sure to do the damage. If you don't shoot fast enough, it is actually better to have higher penetration than damage. Because the Panther who shoots and the 88 that shoots very fast, they are probably wanting to have more damage than penetration. No. Now I'm talking gibberish again. I'm thinking opposite direction. Yeah, the ammunition will be gone, good. Yeah, now I'm just talking horse cookies. Specifications. Let's see the crew. It has one commander, 2 gunners, 1 driver, and 2 loaders. The name is it's like everyone's name is Hans, Kenneth, then Margaret, something. No, I don't know if those are typical Russian names. If you know typical Russian names, don't say Igor or something like that. Igor or Olga. Those are more like stereotypical name. Yeah, typical Russian name. I mean, in Sweden we have we have sort of like Kalle, Andreas, Anna. Those are like Swedish words. I believe that in America you have Mark, Christopher, Andrew, something like that. Really. Spanish people have everyone's name is like C. Yep, C senor. Yeah, those are the mods I use for every tanks. Repair, medic, and extinguisher. Now let's talk about things to mount. Don't mount. Yeah, mount on your a tank. As always, for every tank, you will always go for the large caliber tank gun, not the large, but caliber tank gun rammer. Due to it only has 3.75, you will actually shoot 4 rounds per minute instead of 3.7, because the 0.7 doesn't gain you anything in the first minute. It gains you a shot extra for the second minute, but still the reload time is still the same. But if you count it with the clock, if you clock the time it takes to shoot, if you count the shots you shoot per minute, then you will gain 1 shot per minute. But if you put this on, you gain 1 shot the first minute also. So don't forget about that. You will shoot at 4.3, 4. I can't do math. 4.12 maybe, or 4.2, something like that maybe. 4.12 rounds per minute, I believe it is. And I would say actually enhanced gun length drive, due to the aim is really bad, and if you have to move around your tank, yeah, good luck trying to aim at an enemy. But yeah, if you are more aggressive player like me, I often want to go at the front line of the battle, even with TDs, maybe artilleries also when I'm going TD mode. Then I would like to have an enhanced gun lane drive for when you're going around corners and something like that, and heavy spall liner, because it now also gives you plus 30% to protection of the crew from injuries, so that is actually really good. So then you don't have to, if your gunner and loader gets knocked out, you don't have to think about which one to heal and something like that. Now maybe only one of them will be knocked out, and maybe none of them will, because the chance of they will have protection is higher now. So yeah, those two and that one for aggressive playing style. If you want to be passive, I would like to say camouflage net, binoculars, and large caliber tank gun rammer. And of course, crew skills. I'm not at 100% because I didn't want to spend gold on tank, even though I bought it with gold. Loaders always safe, have safe stowage, and I would say that I would say Adrenaline Rush would actually be pretty good due to the tank doesn't have the high rate of fire and it is so weak that it will often go down below 10%, 10%, which is 70 hit points. I was down at 8 hit points when I was recording the first time, which I thought I was, but I pressed the wrong button, so I never recorded. I did a full record without having a recorder on, so I was sitting and talking for myself. So yeah, save stowage and adrenaline rush, and when you're done with that one, camouflage is never bad, and our brothers in arms for improving everyone, but. It's the second loader. Yeah, we have the driver. Clutch braking smooth. Yeah, I would say clutch braking due to the traverse speed isn't that high, so clutch braking would be my favorite. What is the chance of the engine? 20%. Yeah, preventative maintenance maybe, or a smooth ride. No, I mean off-road driving, and of course camouflage and brothers in arms. Gunners. I actually wonder this. I have never read this thing or something like that. But snapshot, does does it work when you're just moving around the gun? Because a tank with a turret, they have to turn the turret to move the gun to right and left. On a TD, you have to move just the gun. So I wonder if that is the same thing. Because if it is, then I will say go for snapshot. Because that will help you, and that will also help you like the enhanced gunline drive with accuracy. If it doesn't help, screw it. Go for Deadeye and Designated Target, because you will actually need Designated Target because of the low rate of fire, and Deadeye, yeah, to be sure to actually crit or deal damage to someone. Camouflage, brothers in arms. This is the second gunner. Commander, Sixth Sense is always good for a TD. Extend signal range of ally communication. Yeah, signal boosting. Sixth Sense. Recon maybe. Sixth Sense, signal boosting, and oh my god, I got to choose. Maximum view range 350. Mentora will say to help out all the others. And brothers in armor camouflage. That is 1, 2, 3, 5, 500% things. You have to play the tank a lot if you want it to be my way. But yeah. Yeah, you can see I never bought them because of the money. I could exchange gold, but I actually want to convert also, but that only leaves me with having 100 gold, and that will make 100 gold. What the fuck can you get from 100 gold? You can't get premium. You can buy gold ammunition, but yeah, I would probably more likely go for 40,000 credits. Sure, 40,000 credits is not that much, but it helps you on a way to get something you want. 40,000 credits removes 60,000 for the camouflage net, nearly 50% off. So yeah, you choose, I don't care. But yeah, SU-100Y, really fun tank to drive, and buy it. If you didn't buy it during the 50% sale, it sucks to be you. I'm really bad you didn't notice it. I actually thankfully watched Circumflex's live stream with jingles, and was it what was the third person? Fuck you, I believe it was. Yeah, fuck you. He had to change his name from the wargaming told him so. Yeah, I watched the live stream and they were talking about that the sale was going to end tonight or this, yeah, the previous night, till yesterday till today. So yeah, was thinking about it for a second, then cried, cut myself, and all that shit that emo kids do, and sold the SU Pershing. I would see if I can get a skin that or a mod that will have me like a tombstone here, which is the beloved S Pershing. And then bought the tank, 6 garage slots. So yeah. But yeah, till next time. Buy the tank. It's actually a very fun tank to drive. It isn't that expensive. 3,250. You can buy it if you have a Super Pershing, and also buy something else. Yeah. Yeah. Buy the tank if you like to. I don't say that you should spend money on the game, because it's just more fun to play sometimes with premium tanks. I just spent money on the game one time to get the Super Pershing, so I could earn money on the game without going minus. I would have something that a money maker. But then they destroyed the tank for me, so I bought 2 premium tanks instead, and something like that. I used it well. So think before acting. That was my mother always said to me. Yeah, SU100Y, really a fun tank to drive if you're not getting shots at. Till next time. Finally. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to join the army today. It really helps a lot, as you all know. And till next time. Take care of each other. And stay tuned for more videos. Who knows what will be up next. Yeah, take care now. Bye bye then.